Well, hey everybody, we've got another episode, Fuse Gaming once again, and we are playing Space Engineers once again. We're going to be doing tutorial number 4 and tutorial number 5 today, and seeing if we can just learn a little bit more about using this game, and hopefully we get one step closer to actually, building our own engineering things in space. Hence the name of the game. Alright, so let's get to it. We're going to be loading up. I should probably preload the game, but I guess, this is just part of it. Would you like to watch a video before tutorial starts? I'm going to say no, because I presume the video doesn't play inside the game. So that would, make things boring for everybody out there. I'm trying out some new graphics, too. Hopefully they're not too distracting, but I think they are. Maybe I'll try turning them off. Oh, this is... sorry. Turn that off and that off. There we go. Okay, I was trying out some new graphics that I was hoping would make the stats stick out a little bit more, but it looks like it's stacking on top, and it's ruining things. So, just gonna turn all that stuff off. We're gonna respawn here into the medical room. All right, I've been accepted to faction. Great. Now, where is number 1? Right here. Pick up hand drill here. You got it. One hand drill. Thank you very much. And hit the F to exit on that. Number 2. Use your hand drill to mine ice with left mouse button and press F to pick up the rocks that fall out. This looks like ice to me. The drill is number 3. So with these, I can hit F. Whoa. Oops, I wonder what that other marker is.
Inventory full.
Oh boy, that's a lot of ice. Okay, 3. Oxygen generators will produce oxygen from ice placed in their inventory. You don't need to mine all the ice. You can just pick up the loose rocks and place them into the generator. It takes a lot of air to fill a large room to 100% pressurization. So it's pointing. Oh, okay, here. F. I presume I pop that into there. Goodbye. Oxygen, none. So then I probably gotta flip a switch or something here. Maybe I'm gonna put that away too. Okay, oxygen information. Within pressurized environments, it is safe to remove your helmet by pressing J. However, for this tutorial, it is best to keep your helmet on. Air vents will light up green when in a sealed interior. Multiple green lights indicate the density of breathable air. A yellow light indicates the area is not airtight. Okay. So... I'm not reading these in the right order. I guess that's just giving me general information about airlocks, which makes sense. And that must be the lights that they're talking about. No, that's not. Okay, so number 2, use your hand. 3 was down there. I put the oxygen or the ice into the thing. Oxygen generators will produce oxygen from ice placed in their inventory. Processed oxygen can then be dispersed into sealed interiors with air vent blocks. Turn on the air vent by using the nearby button panel to proceed. Which makes sense. It's pointing an arrow at it. Button pressed. Sounds like some stuff. Oh, that looks like air coming out of there. Nice ice cold air. Just what my lungs need. Okay, so then... were they talking about these green bars? That's how much oxygen? Okay, high oxygen it says. 4. That's super high oxygen. So, just for fun, probably... oops, I probably shouldn't have done that. It's probably going inside of another... once it senses oxygen, then it opens up that door, probably. That was cool. Oxygen vent 74.07. That's cool. 100% fill this room with O2 to proceed. Oxygen farms are slow to fill rooms, but require no ice to make oxygen. Alright, so what do I have to do this? 100% fill this room? What does that mean? Put some ice in there? Maybe I gotta put more ice inside of the thing. No. 5. Open the roof. Oh, okay, this must be the oxygen farm they're talking about. Okay. Open the roof and deploy the oxygen farm by pressing button 2 to fully expose the oxygen farms to sunlight. Powered oxygen farms will continuously generate oxygen when exposed to sunlight. Cool. F. Button pressed. Roof retracting. That's a gigantic spinning roof. It's awesome. And then they light up, and I'm sure the more green lights means more oxygen. That's awesome. And I'm sure while this farm... then it goes up even. That probably provides even more oxygen. So how do those pipes connect? Okay, through the little lift, I suppose stuff flows. I suppose it flows. And now this is at 100%. And then opened up this door. Alright, that makes sense. What's that one over there? Another sensor, I suppose. There. It's probably just bringing oxygen from this thing to there so you have a sensor and you can see. I don't know. Just not familiar enough with the technology in the game yet. But I'm getting much, much more familiar every minute. Alright. Number 6. Oxygen tanks can be set to stockpile oxygen so you have a backup supply in case of emergency. The ones you see here are full. Turn stockpile mode off and set the vent to pressurize to fill this windowed room with air. Press 2, then button 4. Does it tell you what each one of these does? It does. Oxygen. Ugh, I can't read that at all. Oxygen tank stockpile off. Well, they said 4. Or 2 and then 4. Air vent pressurize off. So I gotta change these overlay colors because that light blue on the light yellow just there's no contrast. It's this drop shadow was a little stronger. So it's like it must have opened up this door. All right. So you can take one of these oxygen storage units. You can take it from storing oxygen to releasing it. And then I'm sure that there's some sort of a sensor in this room that detects something like that. And then it opens up the door. Alright, great. Maybe that's a sensor. Oxygen generators and oxygen tanks can also be built into small ships to supply directly to the cockpit. Oxygen bottles can also be refilled from small ship oxygen generators and oxygen tanks, but oxygen bottles are too large to fit through small conveyor tubes. Okay, so you need a large conveyor tube. If you want to fill bottles from oxygen tanks, you will need to manually instruct them to fill or tick autofill. Okay. Oxygen bottles can be filled by placing them into oxygen generators or tanks. If you carry an oxygen bottle in your inventory, it will automatically replenish your suit oxygen when it runs low. That's awesome. Let's grab one of these. Let's put it inside of the thing. Let's say regenerate, please. 100%. Thank you. You know what, just for good measure. Since there's so many extra bottles lying around, I'm sure this is just a silly waste of time, but it's fun. 100%. There we are. So oxygen bottles are too big to go into a conveyor tube, though. Okay. So you got to carry them on your person, I suppose. 7. Pick up weld tool and steel plate here. Weld tool. Finish welding the armor blocks to create an airtight seal in the room to proceed. The air vent in the roof will turn green when it detects a sealed environment and begin oxygenating. Ah, that's what that was. In that other room. Okay. Not all blocks form airtight seals. You may need to conduct your own tests when building personal projects. If you encounter this problem, experiment by building armor blocks around suspected leaks to try and identify the culprit. That makes sense. Alright. Oops, not that one. We need a welder. Let's finish this off. Nope. question. Let's get open this door, obviously. Cool. This is actually...
Objective complete.
Thanks, machine. Okay, now it's time. No, thank you on the save changes. Time for the next tutorial. New world. Tutorials. Tutorial 5. Ore refining and components. Something or other. The basics of infrastructure and industry are taught in this tutorial. Well, here we go. Should I watch a video? I'm going to say no again, because I presume it links me to a video outside of the game itself, which would be very boring for people that are potentially watching a stream. These are loading really fast, though, I gotta admit. That's really nice. You have been accepted to faction. I wonder what that actually means. I presume factions are teams or something to that effect. Okay. Number 1. Pick up hand drill from this cargo container. 1 hand drill coming up. Number 2. Use your hand drill to mine ore by holding left mouse button and F. Use right mouse button will not yield usable ore. It digs a wider space useful for tunneling through large amounts of stone to reach more valuable deposits. Interesting, okay. So, what I should be doing here... Is this ore? I don't know. Contrast is so high I can't see. Okay. Nickel ore. Look how many nickels I can make with all this nickel. How about this other one's magnesium? Silicon. Silicon ore. Huge chunks out. So that makes sense. You tunnel through rock. Exciting stuff. Some of this stuff. Okay, now I probably got to refine that, I assume.
Inventory full.
Oh boy. Okay, what was I on? Like 2. This was 3 over here, right? You can reorder the refinery's queue by moving ores in its inventory. That makes sense. Probably the one at the front. Only one stack is processed at a time. The stack closest to the left. Which makes sense. So we'll do process silica first. Why not? Then nickel. Then iron. Oh, nice. Use the silicon wafers to make computer chips. I assume, because that's what computer chips are made out of. Oh, this is going to take a really long time. So let's flip that over. We'll make some processed nickel for a little while. Because I guess I've got thousands of pounds of ore or whatever. It's going to take quite a while. And let's do a little bit of iron ore and make some steel. Iron. And we can mix that with the nickel and make stainless steel, I think. That's a lot. Oh, it processes the iron really quick. Okay, or maybe I just didn't have that much iron. That was cool. I'm just going to leave this thing here to do its thing. I should probably pick up some of that stuff, huh? It's going to want me to pick up some of these processed things. So let's pick that up, let's pick that up, let's pick that up. Refineries can process all types of ore, or process at different speeds. Yeah, that's very true. Like, I noticed the iron process very quickly. Refineries will always try to pull ore into their inventory from accessible conveyor connected storage. Cool. 4. Excuse me. The assembler manufactures components from refined elements. It will attempt to pull required elements from accessible storage. Queue up the components required by accessing a control panel with F and selecting the production tab. The sub-tab component should be selected, then click the component required to add them. Okay, so the components, hit an F and then production tab. So it's a different tab. Will it tell me all of this stuff? F. Production. Oh, I gotta that's, no. This is a, this tutorial is like I gotta memorize things. Okay. 15 steel plates, we'll do those first. F, steel plates, please. Production. Search here. I got to search. I can't do a search. Can I do a search, really? How much of this is a steel plate? Display. Okay. So there we go. What is it? 12 steel plates? 2. I have to put in. Does it ask me what it wants? Such a fool. Missing iron. Okay, it does say it. Iron ingots 25. I'm just gonna put all my junk in here. So I need them all. I presume. Okay, so now we got some 12 steel plates. And we're gonna go back to production. Actually, we're gonna close this up. Okay. 15 steel plates, 2 computers, 4 motors. 15 steel plates. Back to production. We need to go back to steel plates, right? 1, 2, 3 steel plates. Something and some motors. Oh man, this is terrible. 2 computers and 4 motors. Computer. 1, 2. Oops, that's 2, right? 2 computers and 4 motors. Is that a motor? Inventory. Let's grab all this stuff. Okay, 4 motors, 4 large steel tubes, and 10 construction components. Whatever. Okay, 4 large steel tubes and 10 construction components. 4 large steel tubes and 10 construction components. Construction. Oh, okay, construction groups. 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. We're good. See, I never would have figured. I mean, I guess I would have figured it out on my own, but it would have taken an awfully long time. I wouldn't have known what to build and what to hook it up to, and then these tutorials are very, very, very helpful. I certainly admit. Okay. When components have been constructed, turn the welder on. Welders will automatically draw. Oh, I'm a fool. I took them all out, and obviously this is the space age. We don't need to carry things around. We've got robots to do that. Awesome. I should put this drill away. It's kind of silly running around with a drill. Okay. The components have been made, then press the button. Things will happen. Nice. So did it just build a computer or something? Okay, what did it do? Manufacture components for this piston to proceed. Does it really take computer chips and all that? I guess. A steel tube. Alright. 6. Press one of these 2 buttons. I don't really know. It doesn't tell me which one. I'll try this. Okay. Retract platform. Extend platform. Oh boy. Inertia is leaving me behind. I suppose because I'm in space. Cool. 7. Drill and refine uranium into ingots to power the empty reactor. I hope that my suit radiation... This probably takes longer to like, drill to... You know, I should be drilling on the side where there's light, and then it's easier to see. Alright, that's not a lot of uranium. If it's like any of these others, it's going to be like thousands and thousands of kilograms. 9. This reactor requires uranium ingots. The door can be open. Okay, so is this a different... That's 8, right? That's so... Okay. So this is another... Whatchamacallit? Place uranium into the refinery after it has had a little time to process withdraw ingots. You don't need a huge amount. Doesn't mean I'm not going to make a huge amount. I'm going to grab 1 kilogram of uranium. That's a lot of uranium. Oh, although, I don't know. Uranium is very, very dense. It's denser than lead. So a kilogram of it, I guess I could use... What's 6.022 times 10 to the 24 Avogadro's constant is to calculate exactly how many molecules there are. Whatever. Thanks for the refinery. 9. Put some refined ingots into here. Here we go. 1 reactor coming online. Press the little button. Open the door. Looks like one of those finished rooms.
Objective complete.
Objective complete. Thank you, computer. Thanks for teaching me how to survive in space, computer. I don't know what I would do without you. Alright, let's do one more tutorial. These are actually pretty quick. Not save. Exit to main menu, please. Save. No, thank you. Tutorials. Conveyors Connect. Okay, this is actually kind of interesting because they've talked about all of these conveyors and connectors and whatever, and how essentially you put stuff in on one end and then components come out the other end, and then you can hook them up to a machine that automatically builds stuff, and it sounds awesome. Would you like to watch a video before tutorial? I'm afraid not. Let's say no again. We're just going to load this one up like we did before, which seems to be loading really fast, which is awesome. Yeah, these are loading incredibly fast. That is awesome. I have been accepted to faction. Thank you, computer. The cargo container above holds the components necessary to proceed. These are out of your physical reach, but you can access them through conveyors. Nice. Aha, conveyor. Press F on the blue control panel, and the collector will access the inventory. Drag the contents of the component storage to the inventory of the connector, which is set up to eject... To what? To eject into the collector. Alright. Let's do this. Oh, I gotta go to inventory. No. I'm gotta read these instructions again. Press F on the blue control panel to access the inventory tab. Drag the contents of component storage to the inventory of the connector, which is set up to eject into the collector. Okay. I'm gonna have to look for inventory. Show connected inventories. Aha. Show inventory. No, that's me. That's down here. I'm just an idiot. Okay. Take items from here. You got it. And then drag them into... Place items here into... Okay, I get it now. These are... Okay, I kind of got it that there's different things here, but it didn't really click until right now. Each one of these rows is a separate connector, component, tool, blah, blah, blah. So there's like collector boxes, and yeah, as long as they're connected together, then they can all function using parts. I get it. Move items. Oh, it moved it by itself. That's awesome. That's right. I think our work here is complete. Then, what was that number? 1? Was that 1? No, that was 2. Now we're looking for 3. Hello, Mr. Welder machine. I'm probably... No, it's a sensor. Ah, okay, it detected me walking by. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and read the next instructions. When the piston is built, use the button panel to activate the platform. So did it automatically build the piston? I wasn't even paying attention. It must have. Should I try pressing this button? The sensor probably automatically set it off. I don't even know. Let's try the button. Must have been. There is a piston. Oh, I'm supposed to be sitting in this chair, aren't I? There we are. It built things so quietly I didn't even notice. Alright, number 4. We're going to climb up here, and it says, you can use connectors to form connections between separate conveyor systems. Press button 4 to extend the piston when the connectors light up yellow. Press button 1 to lock them together. F. Connector. This would be like if you have a ship and then another ship and you want to like drop off the cargo from the ship. Is that broken? Maybe I should try this one again. Hello? I can't tell if it just glitched out that piece. I think it did. I'll try this again just in case. Alright, when the connector is locked, access this cargo container and select the inventory tab. Drag the uranium from uranium storage to your personal inventory. Uranium storage. Okay, that works. That's awesome. So, okay, so I guess the yellow ones means it's through a connector. It's not a permanent connection, probably. Or orange, or whatever that is. 6. Put the uranium in here and go through this door. You got it. Oops, wrong button. And then press the door button. This is pretty awesome. What'll be next? 7. Conveyor sorters can be used to organize and filter the flow of items through conveyor systems. Access the sorter's control panel and set the filter mode entry to whitelist. Okay, conveyor sorters can be used to organize and filter flows of items. Okay. Access these sorters control panel and set the filter mode entry to whitelist. Then in the add new filter section, click on ingots and add button to allow all types of ingots to pass through the sorter. Aha! And things that aren't ingots probably get stopped and piped someplace else. Whitelist. Filter mode. Whitelist. Active filters. How do I make... Okay. Add new filter. Ingots. Excuse me. At which point we will end up at 8. Access this control panel and select the connector. Set throw out to on. Set collect all to on. This will make the connector grab items from accessible storage and eject them. Alright, cool. Throw out. Connector. I don't even remember. Oh man, I gotta look at these again. I forgot what everything's called. Okay, access this control panel and select the connector. Select throw out to on. Select collect all to on. Okay. Access the connector. Throw out on. Collect all on. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Something got shot out of there. Ah, and it turned the store on. There's probably a sensor in there. Use this seat to recharge suit energy if you what's my energy at 93%. I think I'm good. 9. Pick up a weld tool and components from this crate. 10. You need to build conveyor tubes to connect the cargo containers to the conveyor block. You must have steel plate in your inventory to be able to place the conveyor tube blocks. Use your weld tool to complete the blocks. Once built, this will allow the welder block ahead to pull from the cargo inventories and enable you to progress further. Press G to access the toolbar config. Add the conveyor tube to your toolbar by right-clicking on it or dragging it to a slot. You can find it if you can find it easier if you type its name into the search. Okay, I gotta read this one more time. Totally zoned out. You need to build conveyor tubes to connect the cargo containers. You must have steel plate in your inventory to be able to place the conveyor tube box. Okay, use your weld tool to complete. Once built, this will allow the welder block ahead to pull from the cargo. Okay, I get what they're saying. I thought they meant the welder in my inventory. That's what I didn't get about. Okay, press G to access the toolbar config. Add the conveyor tube to your toolbar, and it's easier to type in conveyor. Conveyor sorter, not conveyor. Not great. Which one was it? Conveyor sorter? Ah, I can't read it. Conveyor tube. Conveyor sorter, small conveyor, curved conveyor tube, conveyor. I presume conveyor is conveyor tube. Conveyor frame, medium conveyor tube, small conveyor. I'm gonna assume it's this one. I don't know. This is probably wrong. Ah, I gotta pick where I want to put it. There's already here. Put it here. G. Conveyor tube. I'm such an idiot. This is not a... Oh, this is a conveyor tube, right? No, it's an actual... We need to build a conveyor sorter. Add the conveyor tube to your toolbar. Okay, I don't know why this isn't showing up. G, conveyor tube. Is it medium conveyor tube? That's for small ship only. Large ship station conveyor sorter. Large ship station curved conveyor tube. Conveyor. Isn't this what I have? Oh no, I don't. It must be conveyor. G. So 5. Conveyor. This doesn't seem like the right thing. It's a conveyor tube. Why can't I figure this out? Alright. Oh, one more time. It must be medium conveyor. No, that says it's for a ship only. Conveyor sorter, curved conveyor tube. Why isn't there just a conveyor tube? This is already done. I'm going to put a curved conveyor tube. I don't know. Oops, gee. It's not supposed to be curved. Ah, see? Yeah, that's if you want it to turn. Okay, never mind. Oh, this is weird. Hello there. What did I just do? I lost my toolbar. How do I get my toolbar back? There it is. Tab. Okay, I feel like an idiot. Why am I having trouble with this? Press G to access the toolbar config. Add the conveyor tube to your toolbar by right-clicking on it or dragging it to a slot. You can find it easier if you type its name into the search bar, or you can click the con/cargo blocks. I'm just going to look in the com/cargo blocks. Large cargo container, conveyor, connector. It's got to be connector. It says, yeah, large ship station. Right click. Oops, I probably shouldn't put it where the welder is. Where's the welder? Tools. Weapons and tools. Where's the welder? This is mostly weapons. Character tools. There we go. One welder coming right up. Okay, now let's try this again for It's so not the right thing. Is it? Yes, it is. It is. I must have connected to there, and then I gotta connect one here. Is that right? I hope so. You need steel plates 75. Are they in here? Where do I get all the extra steel plates from? That's probably the wrong thing. There's no more steel. Oh no, there are. I just didn't grab them. I don't get it. Motor, computer. Are these steel plates? I can't grab these? Why not? Why do I have 120 construction components on there? Because I'm at the wrong thing. Oh, once again, somehow I managed to not be able to do this. All I need is to make a stupid conveyor tube, and I can't seem to figure it out. So, okay, I can see what it's supposed to be. I totally put the wrong parts up there. I don't have a grinder. Alright, so it's going to be another one of these videos where I just laugh like an idiot and I have to start over on this tutorial. And I'm not about to do that on you guys. So, I'll pick this one up next time. Again, I'm going to do some more research and figure out why these conveyor tubes weren't showing up, or if they were, what's up. I don't know, whatever. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.